Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, I think we are up and running. Hey guys, Squid here. Sorry for the hold up these past few days. I had been busy with some personal business on top of having one of my wisdom teeth removed, so I have a bit of a speaking problem. It also hurts a little, but I think I am available at this moment. And thank you all for coming. Anyways.
That one. Yes!
Alright, sorry for the hold up. Anyways, maintenance tomorrow. I'd say let's get started, shall we? Sorry for the hold up, everyone. Canto 8. The surrendered witnessing. Homeward bound.
다들 연장 챙기죠.
각 정리요원은 위치로. 곧 열차 정리가 시작된다.
만곡된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소. 꽃이 져 우수수 하늘 가득 흩날릴 때
Flowers wilt, petals fall, a drizzle of blossoms sky blotting.
빛깔 잃고 향기
Colors fade, fragrance dies, but who shall mourn their passing?
꽃 갈퀴 손에
To the
들고
garden I go, in hand a flower rake,
떨어진 꽃잎 밟을까.
only to pace, lest crush the scattered blossoms I'd make.
그러니까 결국
Thus, in this troubled world I breed,
눈을
to
감지
shut my eyes,
벗어날 도리가
is my sole reprieve. I don't know about you. You must have walked and toiled tirelessly on your journey home.
험난하진 않았어.
I wouldn't say I suffered much, grandmother. My days were always filled with new and interesting things to see.
할머니?
대체 뭐라고 이야기를
What are they talking about over there?
식탁이 너무
They're sitting so far apart that I can hardly hear them. I mean, is this even a dining table? I can't even see who's sitting at the other end from here.
여기서
어딘가
Is there anything bothering you, dear guests? If this humble servant can help with any... Oh, there's something bothering me, alright. We're in the middle of a meal. Can you please stop? Nope, not at all. Nothing's bothering us at all. Everything's good.
그럼
How about you, my boy? Why don't you introduce me to your new friends? Oh, boy. I never knew how to act in front of others' parents. Oh, where should I look? Is this an appropriate size for a polite smile? I hope I don't come off too smarmy. It's nothing to fuss over. Think of this as your own place and enjoy your time here. Oh, thank you! But, phew, this place is so huge that I can hardly relax. I'm worried I might get lost going out for a cup of water.
그건 걱정 마세요. 안 그래도 미아보호소 시설이 방 곳곳에 있거든요.
Don't you worry. We have stray people's shelters located all around the house for that. Our servants visit them once a month to collect anyone who's unfortunately gotten lost. If they're still alive, that is. Oh, Lou, that has to be the funniest joke you've ever told. I wasn't joking, but I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. I must ask, Honglu, for I spy no other sibling of yours here. This is quite odd, for I had thought this to be a welcoming party for your return. Hey, it's my welcoming party too! Besides, what makes you think we'd ever want to see their stupid faces? Just to get mad? It's been like 10 whole years since we even shared a meal together. Oh, and don't even think about trying to chat me up. Did you already forget what I said earlier? There is nothing between us anymore. We're enemies. Did we initiate the conversation though? Oh, I am simply so glad that my son Bao Yu has returned as a man who can now more than carry his own weight. And unharmed too. So, dear Bao Yu, I don't mean to rush, but when are you planning to depart again? Man, talk about one frigid reception.
아직 정해진 건 없어요.
Nothing has been decided yet, Mother. I see. I am simply concerned that were your stay here to be prolonged, perhaps you might fade before your duties are completed. Do you not also agree, Venerable Jamu? Indeed. Dear Bao Yu, our peerless treasure, tarry not over long in this mundane world. Leave when the time is right and fulfill your work. Okay, Grandmother. Mother. Throughout the entire familial discussion, Hongwoo's expression remained the same in that tranquil, perpetual smile. Yeah, I'd say that's probably some frigid reception, believe it or not. Sorry for taking so long with the stream. Anyways, despite his return after years of wandering being met with family's obvious push to make him leave as soon as possible, he stands unaffected, as though he were expecting this gaudy yet hollow welcome. Oh, God. With his attitude being so passive, I also had no choice but to watch as a bystander. Yeah, I don't know. This family seems a little off, if you ask me. Just saying. A few hours ago, Hey, Sword. Glad to see we're all still together. The palanquin will be here soon. A palanquin? Whoa, so cool. That sure sounds like a fancy ride. Isn't that Super Greg? Oh, yeah, Sword. Are we getting a palanquin or whatever it's called to give us a ride all the way to the mansion? The usual comedy pairs' desperate efforts to lighten the mood are particularly appreciated today, as tragically ineffective as they seem to be. Yes, the LCP and Xichun will be heading to Daguanyuan, where one of the most prominent families of H-Corp reside. Daguanyuan Grandview Garden. Interesting. If they send a whole palanquin to pick us up, does Hongwoo's family already know that he'll be participating in the Family Hierarch War? No. It's unlikely that they are aware. After all, it can be assumed that the most likely reason that the company waited until the last minute to relay us this order was to minimize the chance of information leakage. Therefore, it would be correct to presume that the palanquin is here merely as a gesture of welcome for Hongwoo and Xichun's return. Which means that only the invited Hongwoo, Xichun, and their factions can ride the palanquin to Daguanyuan. Unfortunately, this means that the LCCB, Virgilius, and Charon won't be able to join you on this journey. After nocturnal sweeping, I'm pretty sure Virgilius will be very needed, if not to provide his witty commentary. Crap, my jaw. That's too bad. It would have been nice if we could all go there together. Just as petty as I expected from the seniors of our family. Would it kill them to house a handful more people in that humongous park of a house? It's not like they'd notice a difference. Oh my, how touching. Looks like Miss Xichun thinks she'll miss us too. What a thing to say to my face after that shameless backstabbing. I mean, do any of you even comprehend what it means to participate in the Family Hierarch War? Do you even understand why we call it a war when the official name for it is an evaluation? Judging by Shiwa, I can probably get a picture. Notwithstanding, I'd say. You're risking your lives by getting involved in this. Once you get in there, you'll be stalked at every turn by people looking to kill you, including me. Well, straight to business. I like a woman. I like a woman like that. And again, lighten the mood, woman. Jeez. Remember how Wei saved your life back at that fake Kazan? Now imagine that same scenario, except this time it could be Wei who's there to kill you. I must say ahead of time that this is a truly regrettable turn of events. I did not wish to have to fight any of you, but Wei looked at us with an unfamiliar and cold, intense glare. Well, we feel very much the same way, so looks like we're on the same page there. This means that I'm also fair game. You could stab me in the back again, literally this time. Oh, no, never. I wouldn't even dream of doing something like... Xichun ignored Sinclair's anxious pleas and looked straight toward Hongwu. This could be the last chance to change your mind, brother. I didn't invite you to join my faction with a light heart. Besides, it's a Family Hierarch War. This isn't something you can just flippantly decide that you want to participate. I know the life you've lived, Xichun. I also grew up hearing those countless tales about the Family Hierarch War, just as you did. So, the weight we're feeling must be the same. Right. So this is where our tenuous alliance really ends. No, Xichun, it's not like that! Come on, man. We'd be happy to have you on board, just not in an official capacity. You know how it is. Orders are orders. And who are we to argue against it? Well, not like I care. It did drag on a little too long for a temporary alliance forged out of convenience. Well, I guess the best we can do is just stay alive, huh? Same for you. We're just going back to how things used to be, that's all. Man, y'all really hated each other, huh? And that's fine by me. I think that's enough chit-chat with you then. Okay, if that's what you want. Oh, Xichun. What? Please don't tell the family that I'll be participating, will you? I was told to keep this a secret for now. Tell me one reason I should do you that favor now. For someone who supposedly doesn't care, Xichun appeared rather hurt as she took a moment to glare at Hongwu, biting her lower lip. Then suddenly strode right up to him. Is this even your call, brother? Or are you just following their orders? Oh, that's up for you to know, and for me to not exactly know at the moment. You choose. Xichun gestured toward the rest of us with her chin. My participation in the Family Hierarch War is already decided. If you're still curious to know why, then... Xichun, do you believe that my choices carry any significant meaning? Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, I see what's up. This crap again. So you already know what participating in the war means, but you just have no idea why I'd ever ask you something like that, huh? Fine. Looks like I don't even need to hear your reply. There's no point in trying with you anymore. At least I'll have fun watching how far you get with that shallow, meaningless attitude of yours. Hey, wait. Xichun appeared pretty distressed after that exchange, so I was about to say something when Pilot, who had been fiddling with the radio behind Saud, began shouting urgently. Whoa! Manager Saud! A palanquin's been seen coming this way! I'd like to chill a bit today. Yesterday was too tough. Let's head on over so we can at least relax on the way there. Nope, we're taking this one. You never think twice about giving things up to others anyway, do you, brother? Huh? What the heck do you mean? Come on, let's do this fair and square with, rock, paper, and scissors? Wow, sure. Why not decide the next hierarch with a game of rock, paper, and scissors, too? How's that? Okay, damn. Xichun gave us a right grin before leaving. Way followed her wordlessly. Boy, and I thought we were finally making some friends out here. Look! Over there! There's a group waiting for a palanquin! One of them must be the candidate the client told us about! Everyone! There's a group of hostile-looking people coming our way! She was unlikely to be the one who's going after the other candidates. Executive manager, we best take care of them before the next palanquin arrives. Yeah, what can we do, right? Ahead of the competition as usual.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라. 도끼를 본다. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘여 길을 열어라.
Okay, double stagger, that's good. Here we go, staggers in. Here we go.
말로 밟아라. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 놈 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 모여 길을 열어라.
Ba-boom!
놈을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
고작 터뜨려주지.
열어졌지. 거저가 바람 불어오는 덕이나 짓밟아라. 다음은 너다. 동강 내주게.
완전히 앉아 있어라.
빈틈투성이네.
You know, it's a bit difficult to acknowledge the fact that you had something good with someone, and then you gotta ditch it for the sake of the company. It sucks acknowledging that part. Just putting that together, you know? Anyways, no signs of enemy reinforcements, executive manager. Phew. At least there's an end to them this time. The guys that attacked us when we first got here were endless. Well, that's because we walked right into a trap then. Shallow, but still. Anyways, Xichun appeared pretty hurt by that, didn't she? Honestly though, I get why she feels so betrayed. Remember all those stories about Hongyuan's family we heard? Imagine you're one of their kids, thinking that you found finally found like a potential ally in your family, only for him to pretty much backstab you and stab you in the back last minute. Yeah, right? It was awkward for me too, even though I wasn't exactly involved. Did bro fall up? Come on, I had reason to be busy. Don't worry. I'm still gonna be here, just I've had some personal business. That's all. Sao chimed in nonchalantly as it weren't her who pulled the plug on our alliance at the last second. Anyways, where's our escort? I can't imagine that H-Corp can't afford to send us guards with the palanquin. If this family loved each other enough to send escorts for their safety, I doubt they'd be holding a cutthroat ceremony like the Family Hierarch evaluations. It's a world where might makes right, where the strong prey on the weak. People won't bat an eye even if one of dozens of candidates is found dead in some ditch on the road. Oh, sorry, Honglu. I must have been running my mouth again without thinking about how that sounds. Someone usually stopped me before I got too far. Yeah, F's. God damn it. Don't worry. You didn't say anything wrong. It's hard to imagine that Effie and Stout must have been working for them between each other for a long time. Or at least for a while before, well, N-Corp got their hands on them. It took me a while to realize that other families weren't like this, but there is no reason to be upset by the way things are.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가 무엇을 받고 있는지를.
The fish sketch is saying Capelmer saw torturing Ricardo with those 5 coins. 5 red coin supremacy, sacred 5 red coin that made Wei Heng shiver his timbers. No, you wanted Lord Hongwu? Dang. What's that ominous metallic noise? The tolling of bells. Bells with a resonance unlike that of any other, normally marked by their clarity. This bell is muddled, as if it tolls for ill fortune on the horizon. Man, talk about foreshadowing, huh? Wow, that bell sure is a resounding reminder that I'm home again. It's the bell that tolls every once in a while. You can hear its resonance from anywhere in Hongyuan. It's restructuring day. Huh? But the restructuring day already. She trails off, unable to finish her sentence as a brutal scene unfolds behind us. Whoa, are you guys seeing this? The buildings are starting to shift. It was as Ishmael said, the buildings all tethered to a complicated network of rails were either rising from or sinking into the earth. Oh, hey Persona, how you doing?
이 근방에 있는 모든 건물에 움직임이 관측된다. 남겨진 것은 없군.
Movement has been observed from every building in the vicinity. Everything is changing. The localized shifting of structures we had observed yesterday were not as sweeping as this. What you saw last night must have been a premonition of the restructuring day, nudging some buildings to the positions before a smoother overall redistribution of space. Okay. Now this is the real deal. Huh. That whole mess was just a premonition. It's a remnant of an old age corp that was here long before the current Hongyuan. This structure has been here for a while, so we can't quite know the nature or the purpose of its singularity, but at this moment, they shift based on current H Corp's restructuring standards. World's assembly shifts overnight. Those who toiled and toiled have naught to fear. Is it not joyous to have a place to rest your feet tonight? Those who weren't the field of fortune is simply the reality to bear. Any choice is to retreat in silence, accept your fate as one might. Wait the coming month, wonder how one might save their skin. How many shall vomit today, and how many shall remain? Hold on, not to hold things too tight. You may lose sight of when to let go and feign ignorance when you must take flight. Oh God! The consequence of reassembly for the evicted is an endless plummet. Holy shit. That's some pretty far drop. Holy fuck. God. The consequence of reassembly for the evicted. What a terribly distressing sight to behold, unable to do aught but help. Is this another one of H-Corp's idiosyncrasies? I don't know. Didn't other nests also have their own measures of one's wealth? As T-Corp makes use of its time as currency? Exactly. H-Corp's measure of wealth and currency is based on how much space a person owns, measured by a scale they call rooms. It is. The measure of one's space is the measure of one's wealth. Exactly, so once every month, the worth of each person's labor and the quantity of their income are measured to determine how much space they are assigned. So they can just kick me out of my home for no reason. Just what kind of ridiculous rule is that? Well, it might appear that way to outsiders like us, but the calculations behind these distributions are meticulously designed and have been here for a long time. So it seems to me that everyone just accepts them as a natural part of their lives. Have you seen this happen in person too, Hongwoo? This restructuring day. I have. Sometimes I'd watch the cityscape from behind the railings of my room. It happened far, far away from me, but I could see it all very well. His expressions remains tranquil and still as he calmly reminisces. It was like then when he was merely watching the featureless scenery passing by. Oh no. Effie died. Sounds a lot. Effie died back in Canto 3. This is South. Daguanyuan, my old home, was never too concerned about the restructuring days. We'd get more rooms some days, but we'd never ever shrink. So I've never been affected by these restructuring days. I've only ever witnessed them as they happen beneath me, high up in my room. You're... fine. I doubt there was anything you could have done, but... You just sat on your hands and watched all this shite! Heathcliff trailed off, but I could see that he was gritting his teeth. Another palanquin's coming! And there's your ride. I think we've chatted enough, so let's get you guys going. This is a palanquin? Yep, looks like they send us a palanquin large enough to comfortably seat a big crowd of people tonight together. Young Master Zhao Baoyu and his 1,200 guests, is that correct? It's 13 to be exact. But I thought Saud wasn't invited.
잠깐.
Whoa, hold your horses. I was told that Young Master Baoyu's faction was just 12 people. Upon hearing that, Saud began aggressively striding toward him, causing the palanquin bearer to shrink in fear. Oh, goddamn. Whoa, slow down, lady. We are 12 people. What's wrong? I mean, don't tell me that this Sting looks like a normal contributing member of a clan to you. What? Saud suddenly grabbed my shoulders and presented me before the bear like I was some product. I mean, that's a pretty unique head this one's got there. I don't think I've seen anything like it around here in Hongyuan. But isn't that just a prosthetic in the shape of a clock, I guess, but still. I mean, let me ask you something. Can you imagine why anyone in their right mind would stick a clock where their head's gotta go, even if they were hurting for cash? Are you kidding me? No way, ma'am. Never. There are way more versatile biomodifications available here in Hongyuan than whatever that hack job is. Nobody in their right mind would. Exactly, right? We have no idea what went down, but this fellow here sure seems to have fallen on hard times. Too bad where you live in a world where such misfortune can befall an honest soul like them. Boy, oh boy. Looks like this one's got scammed. Nasty scam too. Whatever backstreets they got that from must have been a real scoundrel who did it. And look, even the clock isn't on time, and this poor person's barely conscious. Look, all they can do is make these weird ticking noises because they don't even have a mouth. Those were some pretty darn hurtful things to say, but I decided not to take them at face value. It was pretty obvious what she was trying to do. Somebody tell Saud, I'm getting dizzy. Good grief, you weren't kidding. Who could have done something so awful? It's a real blessing that young Master Baoyu's got such a kind-hearted soul. He simply could not walk past the timepiece emporium selling this human being like they're some toy or a tool. So he picked them up to get their head replaced with something proper. Hongyuan's got more than enough resources for something like that, right? Oh well, you're not wrong there. It's really easy to swap out your whole body as long as you've got the cash to burn. What, a new head for me? Right? See what I mean? So that's why they told you that young Master Baoyu only has 12 people in his faction, including yours truly. Well, I see your point, but we can't just let all of us on board. Yes, our young master fully understands the moral conundrum you find yourself in, so we'd like to offer you this tiny token of appreciation. Oh my god, she's bribing him. Saud procured some bills from her pocket and smoothly slid them into the palanquin bearer's own. Oh man, lady, you really shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't. Oh, and another thing, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but if a word of this gets out, things might get pretty messy for both of us. And that doesn't have to happen, does it? Indubitably, ma'am. I'm purely doing this out of the goodness of my heart, after all. What's a free ride for the downtrodden, eh? Seems to me the book's doing this purely out of interest in the fatness of his wallet. Alright, stop gossiping over there and get on board. Well, wait, are we leaving Pilot alone here? Pilot seemed to have noticed me staring in his direction. He stopped fidgeting with a radio and waved at us. Don't you worry about me, and have a safe trip over there. I've got some stuff to handle on the outside. This design is more akin to an extravagant limousine than a palanquin. Oh look, a bottle of champagne. Can I chug this? I've never tried champagne once, but sure, go off. Of course not. Drinking while on a mission is... Okay. With a quick clap, Saud probably put an end to the hubbub the unexpectedly flashy appearance of the palanquin caused. Her demeanor had shifted entirely into that of a calm and collected strategist. A far cry from the person who was chatting up a storm with the bear just a minute ago. Time to get to work, everyone. Okay, -3 disruption. Sorry if I have to swap out with support. I need the bonuses, okay? I desperately need them.
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가 제일이지. 그리고 그 후엔
Then you'll
잠깐.
wait.
기술은
Something's going on outside. Not long after Saud posed over Otis's remarks, a grating speaker whine ran out, following by the worried voice of the bearer on the other end. We're under attack! I thought things were going a little too easy. It's no surprise that other candidates are trying to eliminate us just in case. Why am I not surprised? Alright, back to work.
Limbus 컴퍼니の皆さんとご一緒できて本当に嬉しいです。
목을 콱 물어버리자.
토끼를 본다.
Take it home!
저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘야. 길을 열어라. 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました。
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
囚人の皆さんの状態に何か変化が。
목을 콱 물어버리자.
12세에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자. 살려보내지 마라.
부숴주마.
떨구주마.
빈틈 투성이네.
Stagger wore off quicker than I thought. Shit.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리. 이제 깨우치시길. 이제 깨우치시길.
혈염도 바로.
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
You're gonna shard Malphos next? Sure, I'd go for it. She's pretty good. I would like to also recommend that you save some crates to spare because Wob's gonna be coming in the next few weeks. Just saying.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리. 바로 이제 깨우치시길.
말로 받아내라. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 물론껏 오여. 길을 열어라. 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 바람 불어오는 대로.
Yep, Wob in 2 or 3 more weeks, people.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Just wanted to get that out the door.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가 무얼 바꿔?
만국된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
敵が来ます。皆さん、戦闘の準備を。
암호시동 체크.
토끼를 보내라.
効
저
果的な攻撃
해충들을
でした。
도려내라.
タクターのように崩れた式ですね。
길을 열어라.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えます。囚人の皆さんの
Man, all of their fancy schmancy martial arts didn't do shit to them. See? They don't even know what the fuck they got dragged into. They were hired, but they didn't know what kind of people they were fucking fighting. Jesus Christ. Poor idiots.
날개를 펼치고 시비수에게 발톱을 걸어. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자.
I don't see what's the problem with Tremor. Like, I've been primarily rocking a Tremor team for most of the run. Or rather, for most of my playthrough.
넌 구름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
このまま行けば敵を食い止められます。
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어. 목을 떨고 정작 이 정도 탕후에 허덕이나.
Oh, you love Tremor. God damn. That's good to hear.
촬영도 바로.
얼얼하지? 정신을 차릴 거야.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
뭐라는 없으니 너는 못 따라나. 용감 내주기.
God damn, boy. Some pretty strong hits.
말로 바랍니다. 넌 푸름을 저 해충들을 도려내. 오야. 길을 열어. 정작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 거짓말 이 정도 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없구나.
Did y'all see the new wall purchase ID yet? I saw it. I'm not familiar with Library of Ruina, so I don't know exactly who Alan and Hanafuda are. But I am curious as to how it'll play out, cause this is my first Walpurgis I'm attending.
길을 남겼군.
Just saying.
긴 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면
대관원 입성이요.
Entering Daguanyuan now! Despite some troubles on the way, it seemed that we managed to arrive at our destination mostly unhurt. Daguanyuan, Hongwu's old home. Ooh, we're running out of time. Faust, I'm sure you understood the most important part of my plan, yes? It is unlikely to be a pleasant sight to behold. Remember, the plan hinges on your patience, everyone. You'll have to remain calm and wait, even if they freak out and actively try to kill you. There's a chance that they might panic and immediately order for the sinners to be executed on the spot. However, it is unlikely that the person whose responsibility is to judge the next family hierarch of Hongyuan will make such a hasty response. Exactly. Everything's going to be fine as long as the decider has the capacity for patience. Execution? What?
그럼
Great. I'll follow up with a subsequent contact once you've safely completed the first round of evaluations. After that cryptic exchange with Faust, Sal leaped gracefully off the moving palanquin as Heathcliff murmured in his half-sleep. We watched her grow smaller and smaller as the distance between us grew, but what really caught our eyes were the scattered humans that the restructuring day had evicted from their homes. They were trying to drag their broken bodies off the road, sobbing and writing. This is horrible. There isn't anything we can do to help, but such sense of futility and powerlessness will negatively impact the efficient performance of your professional obligations. Repeated exposure to similar stimuli is recommended to desensitize oneself to this sensation. But so, that's a kid! That's a child! The fuck you mean desensitize? He's already seen his family killed and his town go up in flames. What the hell do you mean? What do you mean, man? What are you saying? Bruh! So, Hongwu, how do you feel about going back home after so long? Sinclair changed the subject. I don't know. Don't even need to ask him, lad. I know it can't be easy. As for me, blimey, I hesitated almost 1,000 times. Wonder if I should just turn around and leave. What if I knocked on those gates, but she... God damn it, man. Heathcliff came to a suffocating stop, his voice trembling lightly as he did so. The other sinner stared at him in confused silence. What? What is it? Why'd you stop in the middle of... Ishmael, I think it's best for you to not ask. He's a vulnerable man. He ain't got a lot of thinking time. Wow. Look at those look at these cool windows. I think we can swap them out with other images. I quickly tried to swerve from the subject again, but all I got was Ishmael's scolding glare that seemed to wordlessly tell me, not the time. I remember what happened each time one of us returned to the part of the city that held our memories. Memories of happiness, anger, sorrow, and joy. And as we traveled, I remember that they were all looking at sceneries only they could see. Roja, you awkwardly tried your best to crack jokes. Sinclair, you tried your best to hold back the welling tears again and again. Yi-sang, you shut your eyes for a long, long time. Ishmael, you couldn't stop talking to yourself while glaring down at the lake's surface. Heathcliff, I saw you scared and anxious, shaping your hair over and over again. You've really been watching us closely, huh? Did we? Spring leaves, petals scatter, and all shall turn around to find the doors to which they belong and return forevermore. I think everyone has a small amount of petals they gathered for themselves. What? I don't. Why would anyone collect something like that? Then you simply haven't discarded them yet. There was still a transparent smile on his face, but I think I saw a burying, sinking shadow behind it. Oh. The moment I felt that, a familiar light came into view, and I immediately understood what was going on. The golden bow is close, and it is resonating with Hongwu's fathoms. They watch the fall and burial of mine and mock away. Praise me to rest once I die. When spring youth passes as wrinkles shear it all away. Flowers pass, people pass, and ignorant they remain to where they he. Why do you always recite these strange, complicated poems, Daiyu? There are plenty of ways to remain young, aren't there? Because we needn't see the snow in our hair to know that spring will pass. Why are you cleaning up all those fallen petals? Just float them away downstream. You'll get dirt on your hands. And be so wasteful? How will we hear the sound of falling rain once we sweep all the petals away? This is a remembrance of a rainy day, so I'm gonna treasure it. Besides, these beautiful blossoms will get so dirty in the stream if we let them float away. So please, don't scatter all the petals from your embrace, big bro Baoyu. Hongwu, is there anyone you miss here at Daguanyuan? No, there isn't. But how's that possible? Isn't your family there? And a bunch of other people who are so important to you? Well, as long as I believe them to be doing well, there isn't any need for me to yearn to see them again. Do you still treasure your petals? No. I scattered them all the day I departed my home.
그래서 이젠
So my rainy days are now silent. I see.
보신 거죠?
You saw that, didn't you, Dante?
제 기억.
You saw my memory. I did. Heh. Hongyuan laughed. He wasn't surprised or angry that I peered into his memories. Do you want to tell us? Do you want to tell us about your parents, or yeah, you talked about your grandmother pretty often, right? What kind of people are they?
할머니라는 분이라던가.
Hold on. There's something stuck on the mic. Sinclair added carefully. Maybe he was trying to commiserate, tenuous as that connection might have been. We were headed to his home to meet his family anyway. They are both very wise in the ways of the world. Grandmother always treated me preciously. So did my mother and my father. We're almost there. I can see the garden. Holy shit, that is massive! That's no regular palace, that's a goddamn... That looks like a hive world! That looks like a hive world in Warhammer. My god, that is massive. This is one massive garden. We still have some time before we get to the main buildings. I remember the days when deer and hares would frolic out here in the garden. Well, I can see myself taking a long walk around here. It'd take a whole day and then some to cover the entire ground. I usually linger only around my own room. It's dangerous to stray too far after all. It's dangerous? Why? There's a stranger danger, getting lost, getting targeted. Besides, it's very dark at night. I'm aware of Warhammer 40k. I watched the gameplay of Space Marine 1 and 2. I think, if you want to talk about favorite Primarch, I can't say I know much, except, I think Dorn and Gilliman are some of my favorites. I don't know too much about the others. Like, if you want to talk pre-Horus Heresy, I can't say I know that many. Horus might be a good tell, but that's not saying much. Hold on, I gotta go get something. Be right back. Alright, sorry I'm back. Hey, Carmen. Anyways, to answer your question, Breek. Yeah, it's interesting that your favorite Primarchs are Sanguinius and Vulcan, because if I remember Sanguinius, he was all about blood. Vulcan... I think Vulcan was the religious one, by my memory. Interesting pick regardless. Hold on. It may sound weird, but did someone get your home for you to wear that? No, it's just I have had one of my wisdom teeth removed yesterday. There's an ice pack under here to help with the swelling. I should probably make that clear. Can you hear me though? Like, can you hear me through this? I'm lucky mine doesn't need to be removed. It's gonna have to be... If it's down to wisdom teeth, it should be removed sooner or later. Because these things, they will affect the rest of your teeth in due time. And trust me, yes, I couldn't really stream yesterday because not only was I distracted, these things hurt like hell. I had to go to bed early and take some meds to sleep off the pain. I've still got some swelling. So yeah, it kinda hurts. Oh, that ain't a very big deal, is it? Kids run around, scrape their faces on the branches, trip and eat shite on the pavement all the time. I'm sure you would have run freely around the garden, Heathcliff, but it's important to always be careful. When I was 5, someone had laddered a deadly poison on a random tree branch. Poison? I had a little brother who liked to frolic like you do, Heathcliff. But by some coincidence, he happened to be running around the same tree that had its branches I laddered with poison. What had transpired thereafter? I'm sure he got better. Shiran told me he'll be just fine after 100 nights rest. Because Shiran was always so smart, I'm sure it happened exactly as she said. Yeah, I don't know, that seems to be a lie. That's a lie there.
You recorded multiple rounds.
Anyways, next up, Jia Baoyu. Entering Dahua. Sorry. Hold on. Let me read this. Entering Dahua Ding now. It wasn't long before our arrival to a new place within Daguanyuan was made known by the palanquin bearers. Onerous announcement. More buildings. What's Dahua Ting mean anyway? Grand Flower Hall, so I think you could call it a place for banquets. So you host banquets in this village-sized venue? Is that a lake over there? Nope, it's a pond. I don't see the difference between the two. I mean, like, pond's big, lake's just as big, if not smaller. A pond? Damn! Once we arrive, we will find ourselves a welcoming party for Xichun and me. Roja, you should be able to stuff yourself to your heart's content this time. It's been a while, hasn't it? I don't think I've been this excited in a long time. Whoa, is that a ship over there? You have a ship? Yep, we'd sometimes go out boating. Oh, and Xichun's building's right across that pond. Yeah, this is a mega palace, I'm just gonna say it, holy shit. You each get a building of your own.
네. 그래서 처음 홍원을 떠났을 때 다른 곳에서는
Yes, we do. So when I first departed from Hongyuan, I found the concept of an entire family living under the small roof so fascinating. Under the same roof so fascinating. It would be quite the challenge for thy family to see one another. And that's exactly why we each get a building. Are we even talking about the same thing here? Dawn's talking about travel, meanwhile Honglu's just saying that's why we get a building. So they'd have to be in one place. God, that's gotta be some awfully confusing stuff considering the distance and size of the place. Alack for woe! We could have had merely enjoyed our vacations at young Honglu's residence all along? That wouldn't have worked, Don Quixote. When I left home, grandmother and the others really impressed upon me that the footsteps shall eventually bring you home when the time is right. Thus witness and only witness as much of the world as you may before you make your return. I was wondering when that would be. But time really slipped through our fingers, and just like that, it brought me here. Most sinners did not welcome their turn. Some were even terrified of it. Some of them were even terrified of it. Sometimes they had to confront what they'd been avoiding all their lives. And for some, important things were once lost or forgotten or lost that were once forgotten or lost were waiting for their return. But their reluctance is really not surprising at all. I don't think I'd welcome an opportunity to get my memories back with open arms if it was thrust upon me out of nowhere, especially if I was getting dragged there against my will. But despite the fact that it couldn't be more obvious that his turn had arrived, Hongyu was as tranquil as he always was. He's always been able to remain aloof no matter what happens. Maybe it won't be different this time either. But even so, can I judge that so hastily? Young Master Bao Yu of the Jab family has returned! Again, with the palanquin bearer's deep, full-throated pronouncement of our arrival, the door opened. Here we are. You must all be so tired. Come in, come in. Leaving behind the sinners who were still reeling from the astronomical level of opulence at display, Hongyu bounced lightly off the palanquin and moseyed into the building. Quite the light-footed steps he take, unhindered by excitement nor trepidation. Right? Rich boy's got nothing to fear cause he's used to this kind of poshness, that's all this is. Apparently this may be a subtle expression of that teensy part of him that longed to see his family again. Once we all left the palanquin, I find myself beset by overwhelming vastitudes and objects of great magnitude. Holy shit. Motherfucker, is that a ping pong table? Just how many servants do they have? Grandmother will visit us once Shu hour arrives. The banquet will start then, I think. Shu hour. The Shu hour refers to the time between 1900 and 2100. This is a unique time system used in certain regions of the East. In addition, it would be best to remember that Honglu's grandmother, Jiamu, is the hierarch of Daguanyuan. It would not be an incorrect assessment to see her as the ruler of Hongyuan. Your relative is the head of a wing, I see. Yes, though she'll be handing that over to the next heir pretty soon. Why now? What does she seek to achieve by abdicating at this precise time? Otis, as she probably saw an ulterior motive behind every move, inquired. She's been saying that her time would eventually come, that she's carried this responsibility for too long. I bet she'd be pretty shocked to hear that you'll be taking part in the Family Hierarch War. I don't know about that. Maybe she'll take it well. There's never been a reason for me to bother participating, but there wasn't a reason for me to not either. Huh? Hey, there's Xichun and Wei over there. Looks like they both arrived safely. Xichun, who arrived before us, shot us the briefest glance before looking away with exaggerated disinterest. Xichun just turned her back on us. Well, it didn't take long for things to become super awkward. Oh, we must capture this opportunity to seat ourselves adjacent to young Xichun. Too late. We are forever banned from ever getting anywhere near her. Yet wherefore? We are no longer Jia Xichun's faction. Her hostility is to be expected. Things have changed. Us versus them, in-group versus out-group. Deception and treachery are natural parts of war. And now I of today may as well become an enemy tomorrow. And that's a funny way to say I don't have any friends. Oh! Oh! What did you just...
부모님이
Ah,
저기
they're my
계시네요.
parents. Hold on, we're just walking right up to them. Blimey, at least tell us their names.
아,
Uh-huh. Father's name is Zheng of the Jia family, and in Daguanyuan, they call my mother Lady Wang. I greet you for the first time since my departure. Bao Yu of the Jia family has returned home.
벌써 왔는데.
You're early. Oh, dear Bao Yu, it's been too many years. See you again after so long. It's so good to see your face.
반갑기가 그지없구나.
Jesus Christ. The eye bags, dear God. Oh, I don't know what I should even say. The father Jia Zheng's eyes dart nervously between us and Hongwu. Meanwhile, his mother gingerly brings him in for a careful embrace as though she was in the presence of something so utterly deeply moving. It was more than the pure joy of reunion. So they're Hongwu's parents. Thank you so much for your hospitality. You have certainly spared no expenses.
그런데
So, who are these people you've come here with? Well, there aren't too many of them. They are my friends I made out in the world. At least he's not introducing us as his lackeys like a certain someone I know. Wait, that's... Well, it ain't as awkward. It certainly ain't as awkward as last time. I eat Cliff. Hongwu's mother slowly turns around to look at us. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, but somehow it almost felt like she was looking down at each of us one by one.
반가워요.
I am so glad to meet you all. Bao Yu's always been such a stubborn child. I'm sure he was quite the handful to accompany you on your journeys. I hope you can still embrace him despite every... Stubborn? Hongwu? Ishmael... Whatever it was she said, they don't seem all too happy to hear it. Oh, come on. Dear Bao Yu, why do you allow your friends to call you by that name? What of your noble blessed name bestowed upon you by the revered Jianren, our elders? What? What's going on with her? Hongwu's reached out and gently and yet indifferently held his mother's violently trembling hands. What the fuck? Are they... I forgot they were so immersed in tradition. So immersed in fact that his own mother is violently trembling at a different pseudonym of a name. Of course I would, mother, because that name is too noble indeed. Oh, yes, it is not a name that any rabble should so heedlessly speak. Okay, yeah, that's just alarming. What the fuck? Of course. Oh, do you also have an old name and a new name? Well, don't you remember? Back in P-Corp, we called Hongwu Young Master Bao Yu. Also, remember how he announced himself before the duel on the day we arrived at H-Corp? He introduced himself as Bao Yu of the Jia family. I thought it was a pseudonym back then though, given the circumstances. Well, it ain't like calling us your real name's gonna cheapen its nobility or whatever. It's just a name, so you can say it as many times as you want and it won't depreciate in whatever value it has. Oh, but some people do actually believe that it does, I suppose. It was wise of you to refrain from using that name. Right, to let your precious name be known even among the plebeian populaces to encourage knights in the dark to strike. Even here, too. This Canto's average Chinese dynasty moment. Believe me when I say that while I'm part Chinese, I'm very hardline on English. I do, Chinese on my mother's side, that said, I'm more aware of the Chinese memes, like average Chinese moment memes. So yeah, there's that. That said, I still can't believe people are this hardline on tradition. Notwithstanding, it is as your mother says. Were your true name to be made known, any individual with a passing connection to H-Corp would have easily connected you to Hongyuan. It is said that most names are repositories of their keeper's origins. In the eastern region of the city, when the parents name their children, they imbue them with meaning. It carries their wish for their children's place and use in the world. You, what's your name mean? My name my name is a culmination of wishes, not only of those of my parents, but of those of many more.
태어날 때부터
It means that I was born with a precious jade. How about you?
끔찍하고
Awful. Honglu's better. Always try to whisper. Yeah, I'll call the rich boy however I want to. If I'm ever forced to call him Young Master Baoyu of some servile shite like that, I'd rather take a punch or two from the guide.
차라리 길잡이 그 작자한테 몇 대 후려맞는 게 나을 테니까.
Honestly, part of the course, based, my friend, based. I could feel the horrified gaze of the servants staring at us. I don't mind, so please continue to call me Hongwu if you want.
귀빈들께선
Please seat yourselves, honored guests. Food will be served soon. Oh, god damn. Boy, what's all this? Do they actually expect us to eat all this? Holy fuck, that's a giant fucking fish. Holy shit. Are those dumplings? Oh, hold on. I gotta get a closer look at this. Give me a moment. Give me a second. Okay, let's see what we got here. I definitely see the big fish. Give me a second. That is a lot of goddamn food. I can definitely see some Peking duck in the back. The rest I don't recognize. It's too small even from here. Believe me, if you're eating anywhere nice, best expect you're gonna be having a night. Better expect to be there on an empty stomach and come out walking fuller than ever. You'll be having a lot of food. That said, do they actually expect us to eat all this? You have no idea. I don't think I've ever been intimidated by food before. There was quite literally a mountain of dishes on the table. I was starting to wonder if the purpose of these dishes was more to flaunt their wealth than to feed us a reasonable amount of food.
이거 말이야.
What a feast! I can ask for refills, right? Yes. Anyways, what's up with those empty seats over there? Are we still killing time for some guests to arrive? I don't think so. They're probably seats for my older sibling somewhere in Daguanyuan. They probably didn't want to attend. This is a banquet to welcome me, after all. I'm sure they believe it's a waste of time to attend. Man, they better be on some real busy schedule to miss this. Jamu, venerated be her presence, graces us! Jamu, venerated be her presence, graces us! With the announcement, utter silence quickly devoured the busy hubbub of the banquet. Those who were sitting quickly rose to their feet and bowed, while those who were standing knelt down on all fours, their backs bent so low that their foreheads were nearly touching the floor. And a woman walking out from between them, the crowd parting down the middle from her sheer presence. Oh, there's grandmother. Was Honglu's grandmother, the family hierarch of H Corp and its chief executive director. Jamu's presence was at once warm, gentle, yet immense and overwhelming, like a personification of an insurmountable mountain. Oh, so that's what H Corp looked like under the band. So that's what H Corp looked like. Sorry, that's what the Yo branch looked like. God damn. They definitely got the plumes. We are graced by your presence, Venerable Jamu. We are graced by your presence, Venerable Jamu. What? Should we bow too? I don't think you can bow any lower with your face halfway in the bowl, so you should be fine. Probably? She's surrounded by Heisho too, I think. Guys, everything's gonna be fine as long as we don't do anything stupid. As everyone was bowing before Jamu, awed and humbled, only Hongwu looked straight at Jamu without bowing. Then he got up from his seat and walked toward her. It has been a while, grandmother. Please ascend, young Master Baoyu. It seemed that a special permission was needed to even stand next to her, as Hongu was allowed to approach her only after the servant gave him the go-ahead. What about you? You must have walked and toiled tirelessly on your journey alone.
그렇지 않아요.
Not at all, grandmother. I was able to learn so many new things thanks to everyone who had treated me so nicely. Had you sought to master the art of learning, no master, regardless of pursuit, would have been out of your reach. You could have learned so much in the halls of erudition from them. And, okay, that's some interesting stuff. Yet the world taught from sheets of paper are simply that, words on paper. We wish that you, dear Bao Yu, would learn more of the secular world, to not let flow betwist your fingers the time that is given to you. I know this opportunity was more than what I deserved, grandmother. I appreciate your return all the same, that you have deigned to return before me ere my abdication of the great responsibility. Barely. It appeared that young Hongwu shined on Limbus Company as a Gran Turismo of sorts. Gran Turismo? What's that? Can the two of you stop babbling with your mouths full? Young families are families most eminent are off sent out into the world on a grand tour. Thus going with this practice Gran Turismo, if thou wilt, for they are to commence their public activities. The purpose is to learn the varied experiences that cannot be gained from books, to grow familiar with the world outside. I hear that you have met with Xichun in the world not long ago. I have. A broad child she is, well prepared to take on the challenges of the family hierarch evaluations, I presume.
맞아요.
I agree. I am sure that Xichun will wisely overcome the trials. Indeed. Have you paid visit to the revered elders then? I will, soon. Lady Wang, send here as well. With your mercy, Jiamu, of course. Hongwu's mother hurried up to where Jiamu stood. It must cause your heart great distress to have your one and only son depart his home, to wander the world beyond the hedges. Oh, of course not, Jiamu. Oh, I'm simply so glad that my son, Bao Yu, has returned as a man who can now more than carry his own weight, and unharmed, too. Thus, dear Bao Yu, I don't mean to rush, but when are you planning to depart again?
아직 정해진
Nothing has been
것은
decided yet, Mother. I see. I am simply concerned that we are staying here to be prolonged. Perhaps you might fade before your duties are completed. Complete your duties and return soon that the agreement Jiamu so graciously made for us is fulfilled. Indeed. Lose not, forget not. You are our family's one and only jade. Dear Bao Yu, our palest treasure. Tarry not over long in this mundane world. Leave when the time is right and fulfill your word.
그럴게요.
Okay, grandmother. Mother. They seem awfully excited to usher him out the door. That's saying a lot. So now we got Honglu's grandmother in the picture. Now we have Shui Bao Chai. You know, for anyone who's wanting to be surprised, I had watched the spring cultivation. I can't. To anyone here new, I don't feel like sharing the details, but all the same, I just wanted to get that off my chest. That said, Break 6301. You say you're interested for Mersault's Canto, the French Canto, huh? I can't say I've read L'Étranger, but it will prove certainly interesting after the spectacle that will be this one, and the spectacle after that. I thought the sinners were doomed to chew uncomfortably through this incredibly awkward meal, but Jiamu and her retinue of Heisho left the banquet hall quite promptly after that exchange. It was as though they had no more reason to remain here. It is odd that they should inquire Hongwu of his departure plans on the very welcoming of his return, right? The one moment it appears like they really care about him, then the appearance of that care for one's own child was also quite distinct and unusual compared to the typical display of emotional intimacy expressed in average households. Hey, Bao Yu. That's when an unfamiliar, chipper voice hopped jovially into our conversation. Why didn't you come to see me first? I've been staying in the same building ever since you departed here, you know.
고차 누나구나.
Big Swiss way about chai. It's been so long.
여기까지 와서
You've come all the way to my welcome banquet to fill a seat. I appreciate that.
보기가 오는지
Had I known that you'd be coming home today, Baoyu, I would have summoned everyone I could from my family to see you too. Big bro Pat's really been itching to know how you've been doing. Yeah, sure he was. Xichun, who'd been sitting in complete silence for the entire banquet, muttered quietly to herself. Who else have you greeted since you arrived today, Baoyu? My parents and Jamu. Really? So I'm your first then? She made a cheerful remark before leaning up close to his eye. Oh, come on! Right in front of my food! It's personal space, lady! Your jade is so glimmering and pristine, Baoyu. It's always so glimmering and pristine, Baoyu. Look, I made myself a necklace in the same color as your eye and wore it every single day to constantly remind myself of you. Well, do you see it?
매일 걸고 다녔어. 어때? 잘 보여?
Well, it certainly looks nice. Just looking between the necklace and Hongwu is very unnerving, now that I realize it. Jeez.
그렇구나.
Oh, you have. Thank you for remembering me. Ahem, ahem. So, are you gonna introduce us to her? Are you gonna introduce her to us, or? Hey, why couldn't we just let that nice reunion play out? Man, Roja stepped forward, unable to stand the curiosity. Oh, she's... Hi, I'm Baochai. Baochai of the Sui family. I have a very profound relationship with dear Baoyu here. Very profound relationship. He is my betrothed and I to him. I'd say that's pretty profound. What? It's nothing to be surprised about. These profound relationships can be established effortlessly in the simple exchange of agreements between our elders. Man, arranged marriages are weird. They're just weird. And very off-putting. Hey, you could at least given us a hint! But I won't be married until I leave Limbus company though. I just thought that it wasn't relevant enough to share. So, sorry about overhearing earlier, but you guys are Baoyu's friends, right? I've been so curious to hear what kind of life Baoyu lived out there. Care to share some tales of your journey with me? Don't have stories for kids. Shoo. Hold on. Why? But I love stories about bloodshed. One of Big Sister Baochai's pastimes was curating creepy stories of urban legends. And maybe I'll share some. What about everyone else? I love adventure stories. Be careful what you wish for.
앉아보시게. 이제부터 끝내주게 용맹스러운 모험담의 이야기가 펼쳐질 테니.
Straight from the get-go, she's actually...
어느 동굴에 무시무시한 곰이 살고 있었지.
I love that Dawn pre or post Canto is very energetic and with a passion for stories. She did read a lot of books. And she's telling one of her classic ones too. I beseech thee to find a seed, for I shall now regale thee with a tale in which an adventure of most wondrous valor unfolds. Brace thyself, for this particularly old and terrifying tale features a big scary bear lurking in a cavern. Ha! If you're finished with your meals, why don't we all go back to our residences? You're so angry again, Xichun. Last I heard, you lost much of your followers in a large battle, didn't you? I'm so sorry. I used more than 3 handkerchiefs wiping my tears away upon hearing that news. I used more than 3 handkerchiefs. And it's like that Zombieland wiping tears with money meme. That gif. Hold on. I don't know if I can bring it up though. It might be copyrighted. I remember that wiping tears away with cash meme. Or rather that gif. So the Shui family's heard it too, huh? You're not wrong, but that's irrelevant to what I've brought to the Family Hierarch War. Always a big fan of your confidence, Xichun. It's a good look, you know.
그리고 보차 언니도 조심하는 게 좋을
No, not a music, a gif.
오빠. 저렇게 맹하게 웃는 척하다가
I remember a gif where Woody Harrelson was wiping his tears away with dollar bills. I don't think I can show it here though. But back to this. Oh, that reminds me. You better watch your back, big sis Bao Chai. Looks like big brother Bao Yu's learned how to sink a knife into your back with that same carefree smile. What you mean by you knifing people in the back? I just had a small falling out with Xichun, that's all. I had a small falling out. Motherfucker, we received a letter. We received a letter that had us sever the relationship pretty fucking quickly. And you say it's a small falling out. I'd hate to see what a big one is. Xichun must have been trying to get you on her side, huh? You can if you don't make money from it, that is. It's not exactly music, it's movie footage. I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to show it for more than 3 seconds or something. Yeah, no wonder she wanted you on her team. Bao Yu's always excelled at whatever he does without stressing out or losing that happy smile. It just kinda worked out that way. I guess he can be a bit irritating like that, huh? Such kind of people, though rare indeed, do exist. Oh, that reminds me, did you by any chance run into Big Brother Chu? I haven't, but they have. That's good. She placed her hand over her chest as though she'd just survived an incredibly dangerous accident before eyeing us anxiously. So, what happened? Do you really want to know, woman? He was pretty blunt about what he wanted. And he wasn't really afraid to get his hands dirty. I do know that he was trying to ally with Shi-Hwa. I mean, it didn't seem like anyone else was viewing that as an alliance other than Shi-Hwa himself, but it must have been a pretty open secret among the candidates that Jakyu was trying to ally with Shi-Hwa. If you can find the exact clip, I'm pretty sure you can show it. Depends on how long it is, though. Hold on. Give me a minute. Man, all of these are uber small. Actually, this might do. Hold on. GTA meme got it. Ignore the Reddit context, my friend. I think this is what it was supposed. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, just the picture. I think this is the best one I've got. Yep, this one. They cut Big Brother Iwa's head off when he was with us. Oh my, horizontally or vertically? H. So this is his third time, huh? He was really incorrigible. He never knows when to zip it and sit down. Wait, this is a third time? Well, Big Brother Chu, I had a feeling that he'd be here when the Family Hierarch War begins. Everyone in Daguanyuan's heard that creepy song from the backstreets, you know? Gosh, things get so awkward and hostile here at Daguanyuan every time there's any mention of him. Well, I guess it's fortunate that he won't be coming after me once the competition begins. And why is that? Because I'm simply too charming and adorable to kill outright, of course.
지나치게 사랑스러운 탓이겠죠.
If I've ever seen Mr. Jaku, I don't think he's one to mince his words, nor hold back in any manner. I'm sure he won't. He'll know who to pick, and it won't be of some inane factor. That said, besides, whatever Big Brother Chu's goals are, they probably have nothing to do with the Shui family. I can see that. Bao Chai took a step toward the Hongyuan and leaned in close to his face. Again? Do you smell my fragrance still, Bao Yu? You have never reeked, big sister Bao Chai. Man, just tell her she smells good! The fuck is that? The fuck is this? Oh my god. About you, I've always been and will always be residing in Hongyuan. Promise to pay me a visit before you leave. With that, she gracefully walked out of the room. Well, how about we also start heading back? This place can get pretty dark around high hour. You? Why'd you leave? She's just a childhood friend. I call her Big Sis since she's older than me. It's just something we do here when one's friend is a bit older. She's also one of the very few in Daguanyuan who is nice to me. Hard to imagine that. So where should we head to next? Good question. Just going by the scale of everything in here, it should be safe to expect something real ritzy, right? You're my guest, so you should be able to stay at my building within Daguanyuan. Brick saying Honglu is brick wall in terms of love. When someone asks you smell good, you smell them and give your opinion, not say you haven't smelled bad once. What the fuck is that response? Are you trying to be poetic or something? Who am I kidding? He's always been poetic. Fuck my jaw. Oh my god, my jaw. I gotta refasten this damn thing. Okay, this will do. Oh god, oh god, ow, ow, ow.
What? Two flank?
He's in fact not always like that, but you see it gets very interesting. Yeah, I think I want to try and break down my understanding of his backstory when I get there. I've seen the footage before, but I want to give my own opinion. When we get there, it is. Okay? You're my guest, so you should be able to stay at my building within Daguanyuan. It's within walking distance from here. We should be there in no time, even on foot. So you say in an area that's bigger than Central Park, I think. Oh my mouth, god damn. Next up, Yi Hong Won. Clear within 10 turns. Perfect course.
That one. That one. That one.
각 정리요원은 위치로. 곧
다들 연장
걸맞는 곳이어야 할.
잠수 준비 끝.
자,
Ta-da! Here we are! That was a pretty long walk. Still technically within walking distance, but... This place is called Hongyuan, or Joyous Red Court. Yeah, I remembered looking up the title of the media this guy was inspired by or derived from. Dream of the Red Chamber. Glad to see the translation does not fall far from the tree. This room was made from the most aromatic flower tree within the H Court. Try taking a deep breath and you can smell the lovely fragrance of flower aroma spreading from the very tip of your nose. It's unique to this building. Very much so. It is an unseen and invisible thing, yet it retains much of its pleasant redolence. This place is huge too. You've been living here alone all along? Yes, I was told to stay in a larger room, but I preferred this place more. It has been long, young master. Shiren reporting. Oh, hey, is she? Have you been well, Shiren? Yes, I am, as I always have been. Shiren watched us emotionlessly as our rowdy crowd poured into the yard. Her expression did not change even when we saw Honglu, who presumably hadn't been home in quite some time. Are they young master's guests? I will guide her to their room. Please follow me. Hold on, gotta take a text. Give me a minute. Now that we're here, I've got to pay a visit sometime. I'll be back soon, though. I've got to pay a visit somewhere. I'll be back soon, though. To where will thou journey? Oh, I will accompany thee. It's okay. Just on my way to say hello and pay my respects to the elders, so it will be better if I go there alone. This way. Well, I guess I could say this about every operation, but the weight of our mission doesn't really sink in until we're actually there. You're talking about the Family Hierarch War, right? Yeah, the other candidates have been preparing for this for years, while we have, what, an overnight? I don't know, I'm a procrastinate until the last minute kind of gal, so I'm pretty sure we got a handle on this. Same, Roja. Same. Meanwhile, Brick, you were doing this Canto after nerf, so you should not struggle, I hope at least. This is not the first instance in which we are demanded to work through a task in an unfavorable, inequitable situation. Why does it matter? Our goal isn't to claim the throne of the family hierarch anyway. A few hours ago. Well, isn't it such a relief that our goal isn't to come in first place in the Family Hierarch War? Does that mean this to say that we needn't be the first? Yeah, obviously. Why would we want the Senator to become the head of H Court? Would it not provide a much more reliable means of control to plant an individual of this company at the highest seat of a wing, instead of letting an unaffiliated individual assume it? There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, guys. Besides, LCB has still much left to do as the LCB. Then, would I be right to assume that this isn't a winner-take-all kind of situation here? Do other candidates get something for participating too? Anyone who places within the top 10 will gain the right to take one item of their choice from the family treasury. Of course, whoever places the highest goes first. But we're going to have to come in at least second place in order to ensure that we obtain the item we're looking for. Now that's weirdly insulting. Son it! Why don't we just shoot for the top anyway? Hold on. The confidence seems to have gone through the roof since our last operation together.
별일 다 겪긴 했지. 우리가.
Well, we did go through a lot of crazy stuff. Anyways, had to guess what's deep inside Hongyuan's gargantuan treasury?
거죠.
The golden bow.
네.
Right
그
on.
진정한 가치도
Buried in the
모르지.
middle of all kinds of other treasures, along with any knowledge of its true value. Okay. Not gonna lie, I really hope Alan is the second Walpurgis ID. I mean, you're not expect. I mean, given that Ishmael is gonna be taking Hanafuda's place, a character who has made a cameo in this Canto so far, I'd say that's more than likely.
그래서
So, Faust, what did Manager South share with you as our strategy for the first round?
그러고 보니
I very much wish to know that as well, for the suggestion of mutual understanding seemed to exist exclusively between the Twigs mixed Faust and Sound.
가주 심사 1차
First round of the Family Hierarch evaluation tests what the descendants have prepared and brought for the elders of Hongyuan. What the descendants have prepared, huh? So this must be what Xichun's been referring to this whole time.
네. 불로불사에 관한 것이죠.
Yes, to be free from aging and debt, immortality. Wait, Alan is star of the city. What the fuck? Oh, hold on. God damn it. Ah, God.
I have a good feeling the enemy club is smurfing. He's going 26 and 8, dude. I don't know, dude. I went up against an ascendant club and she was not this good. I swear to God, this guy's like Eduardo or something. Because he has the confidence to peek out of a smoke here and get a DK right after. Oh my goodness, Rita. Oh my goodness! What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo. see. What? Where? What meetup? Wait, Nathan, defend this. Defend this real quick. What Clash Royale, dumbass? Wait, hold on. Add me real quick. Wait. Let's get here and then Wait, how do I make friends again? I low-key forgot. Invite friend. Okay, wait, I'm gonna send a link in general. You have to click it. Yo. It's not tough, bro. It's not. Okay, wait. Go, Liam, go on your phone and click the link I sent in general. This guy just said he's locked in. You're not even out of Arena 1 yet, bro. I'm locked in! Yo.
Sorry for the hold up. It's usually I double check my prescription. I am usually supposed to only take my pain pills after I ate on a full stomach. Sorry for the hold up, guys. God damn it.
즉,
Each candidate is to present an answer before the judge to demonstrate their idea of true immortality. Right, so what's the answer to true immortality then?
그건
Not even Faust can answer that. Then what are we even doing here?
다만
But we may be able to demonstrate a facsimile of immortality, or at least pretend as though we are close to the answer.
답을 원하는 건 그들이니 우리를, 정확히 말하자면 홍무 씨를 떨어뜨리진
Given
않을
that they are the ones who are seeking that very answer, they will not disqualify us, Honglu to be exact, from the competition.
그럴듯해 보인다면 악착같이 매달릴 테니까. 그런 이야기인가?
I see. They will cling on to whatever coup they can get their hands on, so we'll be using that desperation.
그렇습니다.
그
Precisely.
감호인가는 제일 높아 보이는 사람도 그 녀석을 많이 아낀다면.
That important looking old bat Jamu favors him, doesn't she? Maybe she'll give him bonus points or something.
홍로.
So that's what we'll be using Honglu
중요한
for.
셈새가 된다는 거.
그건
Alright, let's go. Did you click the link I sent?
That is...
맞아요. 이제 제 차례가 돌아온 거죠.
Yes, you're right. It's my turn. It is my turn to be used. Man, that has got to be the weirdest thing. You say it's your turn to be you. You say you're going to have to participate in something. You don't say my turn is to be you. What the fuck, man?
Ooh, shit. Okay.
That is to be the weirdest thing. That is to be the weirdest response I've ever heard. Not saying a lot.
Oh my goodness, this deck is about to be so fun. Ow! Ow!
Hold on. Anyways. Whoa! When did you get back? Hong Wu nonchalantly chimed into the conversation, having slipped in between us unnoticed. Hey, you're back pretty soon, huh? Unfortunately, what Otis just said could sound quite crass depending on how you cut it. Hong Wu, you don't mind to what he just said. Or she just said. But why would I mind it? Why, you used this to be a ticket to participating in the Hierarch War, the only option for obtaining the Golden Bone H Corp. She didn't say anything wrong. Your use? Well, if you'll be using me, hopefully this will lead to an outcome we can all be happy with. Really, such outcome would be best, yet young Xichun had already exhaled with great gusto out of her nostrils before turning away from our party when our eyes met. Well, Xichun... Honglu's eyes twinkled briefly as though he was shifting into a dream. I didn't think it was possible for me to be friends with Xichun again. We're back to not being on speaking terms again, but... It was as though I had gone back in time, back to when we were both children. But we can't go back to the past. What did you say? Are you drunk or on something? Did you really just say that to me? Oh, what a stupid thing of me to ask. You've never been drunk in your life. Your mind's always been so damn clear. None of this matters to you, does it? Even when I get angry or when I shout at you like this, none of it gets to you, does it? Just what happened to you on that day? How can someone become so... Xichun, forget it. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. It's my fault for expecting to have at least one normal sibling in this messed up family. That memory, Honglu was wearing a quiet smile even before her hushed anger. But don't you want to be friends with her again? At the end of all things, these connections between people, they're just moments, ephemeral things. So what I want doesn't matter. Hongwu, a sinner, so aloof, so detached. that it feels as though he's always floating through the clouds. I once thought that that was just the kind of guy he was, someone who just happened to be above everything that's happening around us, instead of just another messed up person with messed up problems of their own. Dante. The thing is, when we grow up, we experience a ton of shit. Messed up shit. It's kind of normal for that part. And it's not unlike for someone to think differently. Though everyone tends to form outlooks when they get older. Hongyuan ain't any different, Dante. Don't blame him. But slowly and gradually, I had begun to realize that there was something off about him under the surface. Hongyu, about participating in the Family Hierarch War. Do you really not feel anything about it? Have you completely excluded yourself from it? I don't, and I have. It's just the way things have worked out, right? Executive Manager, it is true that his value judgment will have no tangible influence on this company's direction. Faust is an agreement. Sinners do not have the right to refuse their missions. That may be true, yet I find it unnecessary to turn away and neglect the suffering conditions of their hearts, stemming from their obligation to finish their mission. Stemming from the obligation to their missions. Conditions of our hearts. But perhaps unnecessarily peering into them is how we beget suffering? What manner of... Back then, when I lived here in Daguanyuan, so many choices passed before my eyes. Should I kill that child who was from a different family? Should I even survive? Should I walk past that dying boy? Should I stop to help him? When they were first presented to me, I tried to make a choice. But it didn't take that long for me to realize that my choices meant nothing. So I decided not to choose at all. And that's me as I am now. There were so many wonderful things about joining Limbus Company. But I think my favorite part of the experience was that I was never given a choice. That's definitely kind of weird. Oh, looks like things have gotten weirdly quiet around here. That was enough discussion of private matters. There's much ground for us to cover. Let us begin by discussing our plan for the first round. The next morning. There's still some time until we have to leave. What may be the purpose of these scarecrows? Veiled in nocturnal shadows, they were at yesternight. Oh wow, they're still here. There are training courts next to every building where the children of this place live. Here, every child of walking, running age all get to play with these dummies. Play. Early education is important. Yet, how doth one play with these dummies? It appeared that this dummy is adorned with the most dashing piece of fashion for its head. That's the first dummy I received when I was 7. Back then, I thought even dummies could feel pain when struck. Such was the blissful rumination of all those who were once children. So is it like tradition for kids born here to formally learn how to fight? Oh, not exactly. Oh damn, another flashback. Whoa, so this is what grandmother gifted you, big bro. Yep, I don't know how it works though. It must be a doll or an effigy for dress up. Oh, perhaps you could adorn it with some trinkets. Maybe it's got like a guardian spirit that protects your house, big bro, about you. Oh boy. Speak of the goddamn devil. Jiahuan. Speak of the goddamn devil. Oh boy.